What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to be on the test server here, so thank you Plarium for allowing us access to this content before it gets released. We are testing out the event dungeon here in this video, so we're going to jump right into that. Very exciting here. This is the first time ever. It shows the event dungeon here. Got 9 weeks for the whole event. Let's have a picture of Odin here. If you guys want to see what it looks like in game, there it is. Odin hanging out just between the Minotaur and the Spider's Den. Jump into this one. You can kind of see here we have the 30 levels. We have 30 levels, and it starts off at the 8 energy mark. And then you can kind of see it does drop accessories 1 to 2, and then obviously the gear 1 to 2. There are 6 gear sets in this dungeon. We don't know the exact drop rates yet. They didn't disclose that. But it's a 1 in 6 chance to get this brand new pinpoint set, which is very, very nice. Looks like a pretty good counter to the sheep debuff. Very, very strong. 9-piece set, so there is accessories involved. All these accessories will be pinpoint accessories. We did confirm that with Plarium. It did not confirm the distribution of accessory and artifact. I'm not sure if it's 50-50. It might just be like one. It might just be like 7. Actually, I have no idea what the distribution would be, but it probably wouldn't be like 50% accessories, 50% gear. But I'm sure that data will come out in due time. Anyways, we can take a quick look here at how difficult this is. You can kind of see stage 1, like the early stages are not very difficult at all. We can just hop in here quickly. For example, I have Sun Wukong. It's just my one nuker here. I'm A1ing, and A1 he dies. I see here, wow, 1 second. I got a new record here. Obviously, the gear is going to be useless. Let's go to stage 10. Stage 10, actually, I think stage 7 he gets ads. He gets ads at 6. 7, 6, he got ads. Yeah, so he starts getting ads kind of early. He doesn't get ad right away. Maybe stage 4. Stage 4, no ads yet. Yeah, so he does get ads kind of early. But the ads in the beginning are not that difficult. So for example, if we go to stage 10, we're getting 4 and 5 star gear here. I use my Wukong again. My Wukong is geared out pretty well, but you can kind of see here he just one-shots everybody. In this test server, we are getting normal accessories, but Plarium said that this is gonna get fixed. It's going to be only pinpoint accessories. Honestly, I've yet to see a single piece of pinpoint gear drop from my testing from all these stages. I've yet to see a single piece. So I'm not too sure the overall drop rate. But or maybe it's not in the tester right now. Who knows? But anyways, that was level 10. Let's hop over to, let's say, level 1. Let's say mid. Let's say 15. Let's go to level 15 here. Does Wukong need help? Wukong's just one lone wolf here, or lone monkey. Is it enough? Almost enough. Not quite. This is level 15. That's gonna chew me up here a little bit. So Wukong is not gonna be good enough by himself on level 15. Honestly, if you just bring your arena team, you can probably do up to level 15 without much effort. You get a crack at your 6-star gear. Obviously, you're still getting 4-star gear, which isn't the best. But with just the basic arena team, you'll probably be cracking pretty good here up to 15. I found that up to about stage 20, when you start getting the 5 and 6-star drops, this is probably the big difficult spike, where you actually kind of need to think about what you're doing. So here I'm going to try to explain to you guys exactly what happens with Odin and what kind of team works against him. So throughout the stages, Odin does bring some various champions with increasing difficulty. So at the very top, he does bring some legendaries that are a bit more difficult. We can go over the boss guide here real quick. So his A1 targets one enemy, has a chance to place this Berserk. So Berserk debuff is a new debuff in the game. It basically makes the champion that is under Berserk take 50% more damage, but they also deal 50% more damage. So if he places it on a support champion, then it's a big bad. But if he places it on a nuking champion, then it could be a good thing. But of course, you know, your champion's probably going to die like in the next hit or so. His A2, remove all buffs, and then he places decreased defense and a stun. It's actually super annoying, and it's actually super hard to deal with, to be honest, unless you out resist him. There's no official stats on what you need in terms of accuracy or resistance. I can only give you guys what I was using and what worked for me, but I don't know the exact numbers yet. They aren't released. His A3 is a single target. It just freaking slams. He steals all your buffs. It just slams you into the ground. 100% ignore defense. It's just insane. And if he kills somebody, he revives one of his groupies. Um, he has a passive. Every 9 turns, places block damage on this champion for 1 turn, and then spreads all buffs. So you definitely need to bring block buffs, and if you don't have block buffs, you definitely need to bring strip. You probably need to bring both, to be honest, because you will be probably stunned sometime. The only way around the stun is probably like a protected block debuff or something along those lines, right? Or super high resistance. They can be resisted. He's not, you know, he's immune to all this stuff. So no point trying to stun him or, for example, or turn meter steal him. And then he has the awaken weakness. So if you have higher awaken guys, you're going to deal more damage, take less damage against Odin. I think that's about it. We can do a quick playtest here, and then we'll talk through some of these abilities. So for this team here, I have a little bit of everything. I have damage from Ninja. I have Mikage. Mikage is actually really good for this encounter because she brings the decrease buff duration, increase buff duration for us, decrease debuff duration. So she's actually really good. So she can actually remove the block damage buff from Odin because it's only 1 turn. She also brings extra damage for the whole team, and then since Ninja's on the team, Ninja's going to be, you know, obviously pumping more damage as well. Arman's needs no introduction. He's insane for this encounter because he steals the turn meter from the groups and then stuns them, which is freaking huge. And of course, his sheep can remove all buffs as well. So it's just extra utility on top of this kit. It's just an insane champion here. Obviously, any wave-based content. Wukong's also pretty decent with accuracy. He can do block buffs. He can strip. He does a little bit of damage as well. The Thrall is very good for the AoE hex, since that's like a form of crowd control. Also brings cleanse, defense up, strengthen, shield. Yeah, and hex actually deals damage as well because it spreads the damage out to the crowd. So yeah, so let's see this team in action. Might not be the fastest team, and obviously it's not on full auto, but it's kind of like a climbing team for people. You know, people just kind of working through right now. Obviously not everyone's going to have Mikage either. Poisons will work against him, and HP burns will work pretty good too if you don't have like just insane damage dealers. Do this. Pretty good chunk there. Obviously increased attack with the crit damage buff and all that stuff. You see the strips there. But everything is okay. Okay, there you go. There's the block damage there, right? See, when you're stunned, you lose a turn. So it's kind of like, okay. Alright, now we can use Arman's strip. Sheep and strip. Let's use it on this guy. And then it strips the Odin. Perfect. And then we can use Wukong's block buff. Lands the block buff there. So now we're safe for a little bit, right? Get some damage. And then we can use Mikage's increased duration. So increased duration on the block buffs. So we're pretty safe. The thing with Odin is that he doesn't place block buffs on himself. And there's no way for him to get block buffs unless... block debuffs unless he steals it from you. So you can, even though he has block damage on himself, you can just land debuffs on him constantly and then just kind of wait until it goes off and then just start nuking him down, right? Also, he doesn't actually bring his ads back super quick because his move is actually a single target and it has a cooldown, so he's not going to be able to get it back super fast. So if you kill his groupies, you won't be able to recover that quickly, get them back. Let's keep that in mind here. So, you know, super casual here, level 20. We didn't really, you know, we're in no danger. Wukong's actually really good for this encounter as well because he, you know, usually is the weakest target on the team, and then he soaks up the big hit from Odin. And if you don't have his groupies killed, usually I don't think I would focus on the groupies. I just try to control them because in the higher levels, their HP is actually super high. So it's actually really hard to deal with them. I'll take this team into higher difficulty and we'll see how it does. Because 20, I think, is probably the threshold for most people before the teams start getting a little bit more serious and more optimized. All right, so here we're going to take the same team into 25. So this is 25. The gear drops are still 5 and 6. There's no straight 6s. There's going to be five drops along the way. So we'll try to do this one as well. This one has a little bit more of a difficult makeup here. You have legendaries now. You have Syl. Syl's actually very annoying because her passive heals Odin. So she's actually a very good target to kind of like neutralize with Sheep, for example. Your Carl has AoE slow, AoE's freeze. You can't really let him get loose. This Elder Scarred has fears, which you can't let him get loose either. So it's a little bit more difficult to control, but we'll try our best here. And then, of course, you might want to save the sheep for in case the the buffs start coming. So then you need this to strip. So I probably use it a little bit more gingerly. So I'll just try and neutralize the Carl here. Gonna load up the buffs, start doing some damage. Hopefully, increased defense landed. X is applied. He also has no way to cleanse. He also has no way to cleanse and prevent these debuffs. So. Okay. So let's see if we can strip. Yep, strip and block buff. Perfect. Do we need to sheep now? See, here's the thing, right? Do we need to sheep, for example, like Syl, or do we need to sheep the old Pardon? Or not a Pardon. This is Rafmatab or whatever. I'm going to try and neutralize the Elder Scar. Okay. Does the... Oh, we got the freezes. Nice. Let's extend the block buffs. Extend all the buffs. Extend our buffs. Extend the debuffs, sorry. Look at his slam. His slam is very deadly, right? You have to be careful about his slam because Ninja is kind of our only damage dealer. I guess we have Wukong, but Ninja's the big damage dealer here. Do we need to sheep? We don't. Again, we can neutralize somebody here. Shut him down. Meter. Big slam here. No attack up, unfortunately. Okay, now we got the Berserk happening. Deal 50% more damage. Don't need to place the block buffs yet, so we can just hit him once. Ninja burns. See the heal from Syl, a little bit annoying. I'm going to save this cleanse for when we get stunned. Okay. So far, actually, this run is actually going pretty okay. Brimstone is on Odin. Brimstone's a big source of damage here. You can see that big chunks off. So if you bring a champion with Brimstone, it's actually... we can extend the block buffs here, which is kind of nice. Do we need to shut down somebody? We don't need to sheep anybody yet. Okay, get the attack up. Defense down, maybe? Oh, nice. And landed Brimstone. Alright. Arman's doing his thing. Okay, we're setting up for the kill now, right? Go. Look at that slam from Ninja. The HP burn from Ninja is just wild against bosses, man. And that's it. So we did it. Stage 25 cleared with basically like, accessible champions, I'd say. Somewhat accessible. Mikage, obviously not super accessible, but he is accessible. And then you have, a bunch of login champions, Mithrala, and a fusion. So not too bad. Stage 25 here, obviously on manual. So finding an auto team would be difficult, I think, for most people here. I wouldn't recommend maybe autoing like a low difficulty and then climbing to as high as you can until you reach the top, or as high as you can, and then make an auto team if possible. I'll show you guys the team that I got for stage 30, and this is probably what most people will be running, or some variant, but I'll show you guys what I got for it. All right, guys, big surprise, right? We got double nut here showing up in stage 30. We know it's a viable strategy. Not speed tuned. Like, it is speed tuned, but it's kind of not. It just kind of works. I don't know exactly what the speeds are for Odin or anything, but I know that if my nut is not in the leader spot for the boosted accuracy in all dungeons, it does apply here, then I'm gonna start getting some resist. So I know that his rough resistance is probably going to be around 450, 500 maybe. So your accuracy needs to be somewhere around 450, 500. I would say somewhere around 450 to properly land your stuff. We don't know the data yet exactly, but I would say you probably need about 450 accuracy to do stage 30. I'll show you guys the stats afterwards, but once I take nut out of the leader spot for 80 less accuracy, it starts not doing so well. But show you guys the run here. It's not full auto, by the way, so it's going to be real nice. Just relentless proc on the nut. So the Ursuga there does soak up a little bit of damage from the built-in passive. There you go. 28 second, 5-star blue gear. Perfect. 20 energy, perfect, guys. Look at this 5-star gear, perfect. Does that make you guys want to farm this dungeon? I don't know what will. But yeah, it's a super smooth run. You can kind of see there that Ugo places a decreased defense. The two newts here, they don't need the decreased defense. It helps a little bit, but if they go twice each, there's going to be overkill damage. So you don't necessarily need the decreased defense to land. So if it gets resisted, it's not the end of the world. What is the end of the world is if the block damage gets placed on Odin. So that's kind of what Ugo is here for, is for the block buffs. If the block buffs get resisted right away, I don't think Arman comes back fast enough to use the sheep to take it off. We can try again here with the replay. Get this trash out of here. Get that trash out of there. He comes in here, he stuns everybody. Okay, so that happens. This happens. Ursuga dies, or should die. Yeah, so he should have placed the block damage there. Yep. Okay, so maybe Armans does come back with the stun. So this actually would work. Armans comes back with the strip. So it would work even if Ugo has the block buff resisted. So this team will work because Armans gets his buff removal skill back after he places the block damage on himself. All right, so this team would work, I'd say, pretty consistently. Even if Armans gets resisted on the stun in the first move, I think it's fine. I'll show you guys the breakdown and the AI settings here. So give me a second. AI settings. So here's the breakdown on the skills, guys. Obviously, you run the A3. So both nuts, I got them at 265. Again, I'm not 100% sure the stats on Odin. I imagine he is probably about 250 speed. Keep in mind, he does have lightning cage on, and he does have temporal chains on. The temporal chains will do some funky stuff to your speed, similar to how Valkyrie pushes back your speed a little bit, or turn meter. So temporal chains will do that as well. So I think he's probably about 250 speed on stage 30, and you probably need, like I said, So my Newt is about 340, 350 accuracy, and without his plus 80 aura, he's gonna start. Well, Ugo is gonna start getting resisted. Ugo's gonna start getting resisted, and Ugo's at 400. So I would say you probably need at least 450 accuracy, probably closer to 500 accuracy for the top levels. Arman's here, very safe, 650 accuracy. 330 speed. I think the speed for Arman is pretty important because he has to come back around to do his stun and obviously the buff strip again. And then Prince Kaimar here is at the end, 262. Ugo. So it basically goes Arman's, Ugo, Nut, Kaimar, and then reset, and then everything works. The enemy does get a turn. That's the thing. They do get a turn. They do stun our team. Show you guys the run one more time. So they do get a turn, they do stun our team, but then we wake up and everything is fine. We still recover from that. So you see the hits are actually a lot weaker here. This time we didn't land a decreased defense. Can we get through this? This time we did not land a decreased defense. Actually, a lot of bad things happen. Okay, so here's the block damage. Oh, the block damage! The block damage came. Can we recover? Can we recover here? Unlikely now. Yeah, unlikely now. There you go, guys. Well, it will fail once in a while. So you kind of see there that it had the decreased defense resisted, and then you had the this guy, the faction unity guy, provoke Arman's, and then Odin not getting the block damage removed. So there's a bunch of stuff that can happen to obviously break the run. So I think this is definitely not a 100% run. Just so many things happening, and so many things that can go wrong. And obviously this is like, you know, a team that I kind of threw together, made sense in my head, and definitely can be optimized. Hopefully it can be optimized. So same thing here, the weak affinity struck us again. Weak affinity there, provoking the Armans. Let's see if it breaks this tune or anything. Let's see how we recover here. So Armans come back in. See, I don't get it. Sometimes the strip doesn't take the block damage off. I don't get it. Okay, let's see if we can recover here. Places the block damage again. See all those. Okay, so to resist. So yeah, it's he doesn't strip the Odin. He doesn't strip the Odin's block damage and counterattack. Anyways, guys, hopefully this team was helpful to you guys, showing you guys what works, what can work, and what is still a work in progress. So there we go, we got the buff removed. Honestly, I don't know the stat requirement yet, so I can see, I don't know, maybe I'm very far off. Maybe I'm very far off, but my Arman's has 650 accuracy plus the 80 from Newt's aura, so 730. I can't imagine Odin is resisting the 730 from the strip. It might be the lightning cage. Ah, yes, it's the lightning cage. So it protects one of the buffs. Whenever, yeah, it does protect it. So he has a 6-star lightning cage. Bonus damage inflicted. This bonus damage stacks a 75% chance to protect, moved, or transferred. There you go. There you go, guys. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I think the best bet is, you know, trying to land the maybe a 3-turn block buff or block buff plus extension, or trying to kill him before all that crazy stuff happens. But anyways, guys, hopefully that showed you guys what worked, what didn't work, and like I said, what is a work in progress. Hopefully I can get a very nice working team soon, and then we can do some stage 30 farming. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys. Appreciate your time as always. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think, if you guys have any ideas and all that, or if you guys have anything specific I can test out on the test server. I'd be happy to do so if I can find some time. And yeah, let me know. Are you guys excited for this stuff? I haven't seen a single pinpoint piece of gear yet, so I'm going to say that right now. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.